Yeah. All right, it is 7 o'clock and call the meeting to order. This is the Londonderry Budget Committee. Today is Thursday, March 30th, 2023. We are meeting in the Moose Hill Council Chambers at 268B Mammoth Road, Londonderry, New Hampshire. And we'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would all please stand for a moment of silence. Let's recognize those who have served our country and continue to serve our country. Thank you. All right, public comment. Nothing from you? Anything from Ron?
Congratulations to everyone that got elected. Good luck. If you need any help, I'm always here.
Great. So how did that work, Ron? You were elected for town council,
Correct.
so you couldn't be on this one?
Correct.
Okay,
So what you were asking me earlier, what will happen is on the April 10th meeting,
okay,
both myself and Ted will resign from our positions. And then those positions will get filled. Kirby will put out information, a town bank form will be filled out, and then town council will appoint somebody to both those positions.
okay, great. All right.
So you can put in for that, get appointed.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
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 All right, no other public comment? All right, moving on to committee business. So the first item on the agenda is the Budget Committee reorganization and the election of officers. I am currently the chair of the Budget Committee, and the plan right now is have some nominations. And maybe, Tim, if you could just confirm that I'm following the right order here, because it's the first time I'm doing the, sort of leaving my post here.
Yeah.
So I believe nominations, we should,
Yep, we start with the chair. Once we nominate the chair, you hand the gavel over and
All right.
let them take over and kind of assist them with anything, if they got any questions on how to
Okay.
do things as you go through the meeting and stuff.
all right, we'll start with nominations. My first nomination is Patrick as chair.
Second.
Any other nominations for chair? All right, all those in favor of Patrick for chair of the Budget Committee, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no.
I'll abstain.
Yes, thank you.
You
All
can
right.
vote for yourself.
Should have voted no.
You can vote for yourself.
So it's unanimous, and Patrick, you are now the chair of the Budget Committee.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
I'll be emailing you with questions probably over the course
That's
of the year, okay?
That's all right.
All right, so Patrick,
What do we do now?
So now,
Patrick takes
yeah, you're
over
taking over now.
for the
Okay.
vice chair,
And,
secretary, and the rest of
Am
the.
I considered relieved now, and
You can be unless he'd like you to stay to help him go through what his
that's
duties
fine?
are.
Yeah, you want me to stay?
Whatever you come,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll stay.
stick around for a minute.
Yeah, all right. So the next step, you're gonna,
Okay,
same process, the
so-
election of vice chair now.
So I'll accept nominations for vice chair.
Anybody want it?
Does anybody want it? And we can discuss
Sure.
too.
All right, I nominate Joe.
Second.
Second.
So,
So I can't, I'm not doing anything, because I'm.
right, I'm just trying to remember the wording. So,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? So it's unanimous. Joe will be the vice chair, 7-0, or 6-0. Okay, secretary. I'll accept not,
5-0?
oh, 5-0, and we'll have Joe abstain?
Joe's, yeah.
Okay.
You can't vote for yourself. He doesn't have to abstain.
Yeah, you could.
You can.
Yeah, but
He
did
can't
you vote?
for himself.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Call it 6-0.
I mean, think if you don't vote for yourself, do you really want it?
Okay, so secretary, I'll accept nominations for secretary. Basically, let's talk about the secretary position. Basically, it's recording the minutes of the meeting, which we try and do 90% of during the meeting, although that makes it hard to participate a little bit. And then we have to do what with those minutes? We have to give them to Kirby within a couple days?
Let's let them know so they don't scare them away.
can't remember his name now. He will give you
Drew.
a CD. Joel.
Drew.
Drew will give you a CD or a DVD or whatever of the meeting, usually at the end of the day here, where you can hang around till he gets it done. He'll give you a copy of it. So you can actually literally go through it, listen to it or whatever, and write notes, however you want to do it, as a secretary. So you don't have to like try to write, and then they're like, well, how do you vote? You're like, about what? You know, because you're so busy writing. So back when I did it one year, I never took notes. I listened to the DVD after the meeting, and then I would get the notes and stuff and then turn it in. Otherwise, it's hard to participate in the meeting and the discussions if you're too busy trying to track what everybody's doing. So you don't have to do it during the meeting. We even had talked about once before where the DVD go to Kirby, and Kirby puts notes down and she does it. Because she does, or whoever, not Kirby, whoever it was that would do it for the town council, because they're elected board. So if we're an elected board, why do we have to do it ourselves if they're gonna do it for the town council? It was a big discussion about that. So,
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to get somebody else to do it, but we should probably elect a secretary just in case we still have that duty.
yeah, and somebody would need to then listen to the DVD and write it over if they,
And it's not like word for word, everything that everybody says. It's just kind of a synopsis of
An
what we talked
outline.
about, how the votes went, all that good stuff, right, Joe?
Decisions.
kind of decisions that were made, maybe the topic that was covered. It's kind of like a brief outline of how the meeting went, so.
Nominate Maureen.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you want it?
That's a valid question.
Do you want it?
She's got to accept it first.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I accept it.
Okay.
Thank you, Maureen. So that's 6-0 in favor?
Sure.
Okay, liaisons. Does anybody have a liaison position that they, are particularly motivated about or want to do? And the liaison positions are basically that these months when we're not in the middle of the budget process, we communicate with the, whoever the head of that department is, and kind of report back what's going on with the police department or the fire department or public works or whatever to the budget committee, so we have an idea of what's coming. Are they coming in under budget? Are they coming in over budget? What kind of expenses are they looking at down the road that they want to plan ahead for? It's kind of keeping an eye on the horizon for each one of these things. As far as school and town go, we did 2 people for school board last year, and they either went to the meetings or watched the meetings on tape, right, Tim? Yep. And so that they can report back. Ron was our town council liaison last year, and he did the same thing. He went to the town council meetings and reported back what was going on, anything that affected budget concerns. Is that a decent synopsis? So does anybody have anything that they're really motivated about? Like, I like working with the police department because that's kind of my background. So I wouldn't mind keeping that, but I mean, we're discussing.
Yeah.
I was looking at school and the fire department, so either one of those or
Okay, or both?
both.
Can you do school board meetings which are on Tuesdays?
I can,
Tuesdays and
I
some
can do them
Thursdays.
virtually.
Okay, cool.
Yep. School's a big one. It's nice to have 2 people.
Yeah, so if I had a preference, I'd be the secondary
I was gonna say.
on that one.
Are
if
you
I am
okay
gonna do
staying the
2.
primary?
Fine by me, I don't care,
Okay.
so.
I mean, we have to vote on all this, yes?
Yeah, we still have to vote for who we want to be the liaison, so.
Okay.
To get them appointed and stuff like that, so I don't mind being the primary. I was more, I've done this, is this 9th year? So I'm almost like ready just to let everybody have everything and I'll fill in where nobody wants something. So I'd rather not be the primary on anything unless somebody needs help with something. And kind of trying to turn it over to a new generation in a way.
I can be the primary for the schools then if that's the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe's done it before, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
great.
was with the school before, so.
All right, maybe we can do both at once. I'll accept a motion for Joe to be the primary school liaison and for Ryan to be the secondary school liaison.
Second.
Somebody want to move that?
Yeah, she just seconded, or so moved,
And
second.
Maureen seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. So Joe will be the primary and Ryan will be the secondary. Okay, town council. That's on Monday nights, every other Monday or once a month?
First and third Monday usually,
Yeah.
except this month it's might change to the second or fourth. But usually it's the first and the third Monday.
Okay. Is anybody motivated about town?
I can do the secondary.
Okay.
I'd be okay with that.
No, I really don't want to do that.
All right. I'm motivated about the town, but I work a second job on Monday nights. So
Monday
it's,
nights are bad nights for me. That's just why I don't, that's why I took school and not the town last time. So it's hard for me to get to the meetings on Mondays.
I can probably do it. Do you mind being the primary, Sarah?
Wait, is it Monday of
Maybe the appointed person can step in once they're up to speed as the primary, and maybe if you want to take it, is that
I can
work?
take it temporarily. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Is it
can
the
always change
first
later.
Monday of every month?
First and third,
First and third.
generally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
It is.
Okay.
You guys
Sorry.
can watch them on.
Yeah.
On TV.
I
They're on
can.
YouTube,
Yeah.
and they're also on cable access.
Okay.
too.
I'm fine
Are
with
they on
that.
YouTube now?
It takes a
School
little bit of
is.
time to get on YouTube, but then the cable access channel has it like within a day.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
To be clear, secondary still then. I'm okay with that.
Okay. And you used to come with really detailed reports.
That was me though. There's two reports that come out that on this. Oh, there used to be a table here. I'm not sure where it's going to be now. But there's just an agenda, and then there's a whole packet. Usually I got the whole packet because I had everything in it.
Yeah,
Had
I
all
like
the
it.
invoices and everything. So if there was anything budget related, I could bring back to the committee and say, hey, this is what to spend money on. So you want to try to get that thicker packet,
Yeah, get the detailed one,
a detailed one.
Okay.
It gives the invoices and everything.
what they want to spend, what they're looking to get approved. But it won't tell you whether they were or were not approved. That's kind of got to watch the meeting to know if,
Yeah.
most of them get approved, but.
Okay. So it sounds like I would be temporary primary until somebody gets appointed and maybe they want to do it. And Sarah would be secondary theoretically? All right, I'll accept a motion regarding that.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? All right, so I will be temporary primary. Somebody get the word temporary in there. And,
Oh, that would be me.
It's the bait and switch.
That would get the word.
oh, yeah, get that word in there, yes, exactly. And Sarah would be secondary. Sarah with an H or Sarah with no H?
With an H.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so the town manager, we talked at the last meeting about the possibility of adding a liaison for the town manager, because honestly, the people we're dealing with the most are with the town, on the town side anyway, are the town manager, Mr. Malaguti, and the finance director, Mr. Campo. So I almost kind of want to make it like either or. You check in with Justin or you check in with Mr. Malaguti to get a report.
Well, why don't we change
We
it from
think about
town
that.
manager to town hall?
Town hall, that's good, I like that.
Yeah, we don't, it doesn't really matter, because it's not the town council, they're like separate from management of the town hall.
Absolutely.
You know, so you want to talk to somebody in town hall, and it may just be the town clerk, it may be the finance person, it may be the manager, it may just be Kirby, it depends on what your question is and who can answer it. So, and who's got the details you're looking for. So it's just kind of to see what the town hall's got going on, as far as finances or budgeting or changes or whatever, so.
Okay. Is there anybody that would like to do that? Okay.
Can you go for more than one?
yes,
Yeah, absolutely, we're
yes.
gonna have to, because
Yep.
there's more than we have people for, really.
I'll do that.
Okay, that's good. It gives you an opportunity to get to know Justin and Mike prior to November when we start the budget process. You know, with the idea of that is that we get some information in advance of the budget process. Maybe we get in the door a little bit sooner so we have a better idea of what's coming. So I'll accept a motion for Maureen to be
So
the town hall liaison.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Do we
opposed?
want a do we really need a second for that, or should? do
No,
we
no,
wanna-
just the one person.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Absolutely.
so.
So Maureen is the town hall liaison. Okay, DPW. Anybody interested?
Do DPW again.
Okay, sounds good, Joe.
I can be his backup for that. If he can't make it or needs to do something, and he's like, hey, go check on this for me, I can be his backup if he
Yeah,
needs
we
it.
can always have that. It's usually just one person
Yeah.
for these bottom 5, I guess, but.
Yep.
But yeah, if you can't make something and you need somebody, hey, can you check in with the chief or whatever, you know, or can you check in with the public works director, we can do that stuff.
Yep.
And Steve can be the backup for all of these.
Okay. All in favor, say aye, aye.
So, so I'll accept the motion to make, to have Joe be the DPW liaison.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Joe is DPW. Police department, if nobody really wants it, I wouldn't mind keeping it, because I did that last year,
I
and,
move we keep you on it,
okay.
being a previous previous police officer.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? Okay, so I'm still the police department liaison. Fire department. Who was fire department last year?
Ryan wanted, Ryan's.
Oh, yes, Ryan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, I'll accept the motion to have Ryan be the fire department liaison.
Second,
Second.
or so moved?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And lastly, the capital improvement plan. Can you explain capital improvement plan?
Yeah, Capital improvement plan, basically a group gets together and, from the various departments, and they talk about the major projects that have taken place. And then they take, then they'll have a meeting and start prioritizing them and then ranking them and assigning priorities. So they're not very often. It's, yeah, I probably had three meetings, I think I attended. So it's not a lot, it's not a commitment, it's not a major commitment for that one.
Okay, anybody want it?
I can do it.
Okay. Is that Sarah?
Unless Maureen,
Did you say something? I didn't, but I, if you
You
want me
did.
to, I could.
I see.
It's interesting to hear all the different departments
That's the
come up
thing.
with all their projects and
They're all
kind of
together.
rank what's more important and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and kind of
Yeah.
see.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll,
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, so I'll accept the motion for Sarah to be the liaison to the CIP.
So moved?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Keep forgetting to vote. All right, so Sarah will handle capital improvement plan. So, and then these things are not carved in stone. If you get jammed up and the timing's not working or whatever, we can help one another out.
Yeah.
Whenever the new person gets appointed, we'll give them as many of them as we can. So they have to do more. Kidding, obviously.
Can we, for the secretary, we need to pass the thing around for everybody's, if they want their email, their phone number, or just how the chair can communicate with everybody in case he needs to get a hold of them, whether sometimes he'll email everybody, or sometimes he'll need to call somebody.
Okay,
It's not for public, but it's just for internal in case. Usually we go through the chair, can you have so-and-so call me, or can we do this, or something like that? We try not to, because we got to make sure we don't get a quorum and get 4 of us talking at the same time or something. Or if there's only 6 of us, we can't have 3 of us group talking and stuff like that. So, but we do need the chair to be able to get a hold of all of us. I give them, like I would give, here's my town email, here's my personal email, because sometimes the town email stops working, don't know why, so it's to make sure that if he's got to send something out, because we all communicate to the chair communicates to all of us. We don't respond to all of us, otherwise it looks like we're having a quorum, a meeting, okay? So just want to suggest that we do that, so that way you have everything, at the end of the day.
okay, and we can, and we'll put that, we'll put it in a spreadsheet or whatever and send it out to everybody, so everybody has it at least. Is that okay with everybody?
Yep.
Fine with me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You might want to
I have
define.
a question.
Good.
So, after I prepare the minutes, I send them to the chair?
I think so, and then I said, or we send them to the chair and Kirby, we could just cut out the middleman. Oh,
Well, you
okay.
want to send it off to the group, just a draft,
Okay,
then have one, if no one comments on it, then you send it to Kirby.
okay, so yeah,
Okay, so I'll send it
draft.
to you, a
Yeah.
draft,
Draft goes, so
And
a
then-
draft goes would go to Patrick.
yeah.
Patrick, maybe might add something in there, sends it off, BCC to everyone in the email, to everyone here, no other input. A draft goes to Kirby, and your next meeting, you vote on those minutes and approve them, then you send an email to Kirby and say, here are the revised or updated or approved
okay,
minutes. So Kirby's gonna have a draft for a little while, sits on a draft until it's voted on.
okay. And those minutes get published somewhere by Kirby?
Yep, on the website.
On the website.
Okay, but they don't get published as a draft, they wait till we actually
I believe the
Mark,
draft
right?
is out there.
I've
Yeah.
seen draft.
She'll put
Okay.
draft up there and then she'll put the final one when it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So sometimes they won't put the draft and they'll just go to the final. It depends on how the meetings fall and how fast we
Yeah.
approve it. So,
Let's put a watermark on it, says draft. So-
yep.
Okay, cool. And we
What's-
already, go ahead.
That's what, what's our town email? Something at Londonderry?
It's, yeah, it's at
NH.org.
londonderrynh.org.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I
it's-
wanna make sure.
First initial, last name?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
so,
does
I don't remember.
everyone have their emails?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, just so you guys know what's mine is Tim Seekman, not T Seekman. Because my wife was on the senior committee and she had T Seekman. Now, I don't know, I gotta look at it because when I go online, it says T Seekman, but that's not what it's been for the last 8 years,
so I sent, the other day when I did that email, I sent it to Tim. Did you get it?
Nope.
Okay,
I
so you
can't,
may
I
be
can't get in,
checking.
so I gotta call and see if if my password got changed or something like that.
And
So,
it's a little bit of a hoop to jump through to get it to come into your phone. I had to download an app called Blue Mail, that's what Jen told me to do a while back. And once I got Blue Mail on my phone, then I could sync it to the town email and I could get the email notifications on my phone. But then
yeah, since they upgraded, mine doesn't work on my phone.
periodically you have to, when it wants you to reset your password, it messes up the link with that app. So then I had to go in and fix it. A couple times over the year, I've had to go in and fix it. So it's not like super reliable that you're gonna get the notifications on your phone.
Yeah.
What else are we missing? What are we talking about? Well, that's a good idea to make that list. Thank you for doing that, Tim. And to add to Tim's point, so everybody understands that if I guess right now, 3 of us meet, it's technically a budget committee meeting. And we can't have a budget committee meeting unless we announce it and record it and all that stuff. So we have to be careful not to have more than 2 of us having a conversation right now, and eventually, once we have the 7th person, more than 3 of us having a conversation. Just so we're making sure, that was all news to me when I started last year, so,
Yeah,
I
because
guess,
we'll all, after a meeting, we'll all sit and go, hey, what'd you do Thursday,
Yeah.
what'd you do Saturday? Then you gotta make sure you don't bring up anything meeting-wise, and make sure it's just social stuff, because you'll have 5 of us as people walk in, walk out and stuff, and all of a sudden there's 5 of you, and somebody may just go, hey, I had a question about number 3, and it's like, wait, 2 of us gotta go. You gotta watch for that, because it's especially right after a meeting, as we're congregating and stuff, so.
I had something else and I lost it, where'd it go? Last year, during the spring and summer months, we had people come in, you had the school finance director come in and the town finance director come in and kind of talk to us about the process and how it all works. I'm gonna pass this that way, if that's cool. Would you guys like that again, like us to arrange for people to come in at the meetings and give us a little, I don't know, synopsis of the here you go, synopsis of the process?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for all us newbies.
Yeah, that definitely helped last year.
Yeah.
Even just to put faces to the names, like we met Justin, I met Justin that way when he came to our meeting to talk. Who else did you have come in? Do you remember? You had, the school finance director.
DPW.
Oh, and yeah, Dave Wally came in, okay.
What I can do is, I'll send you a list, I think I circulated a list with the group and asking, what are the topics we want to address, what are some of the things?
Okay,
And so I've compiled a list, and we go out to some of them and get to all of them, but, so you have a working list.
Some of the things you could do between now and July, ask some of the heads if they want to come give us like how they think they're going to close out their budget this year.
Yeah.
How it's doing, because remember, their budget starts June, July, which, July, I always forget,
July 1st.
anyway, one of the J months. So someone will come in and say, this is where we think we're going to end up under budget this year, over budget this year, these are our problem areas. And we kind of take notes, and then when they come to next year's budget, the next few months, we start looking at how did it compare with what they ended last year, Are they adjusting for the things that were over, or are they not? Different things like that you can keep to go down to the following year.
Anybody have other topics or questions we want to talk about now?
for the next meeting, do we want to bring someone in to explain 91A for the new folks? I know I had that my first year, and that was
That's a good
very
point.
helpful.
That's on the list, is 91A.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'll write that down in a minute.
Sorry.
No worries.
That's why we're trying to keep it on the town emails and not our personal emails. Correct.
Okay.
Actually, I think that we had training.
Yes.
There was training that was offered, free training.
Yep.
Yep,
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
And
that's what
you,
we did.
you sent out the video of the training.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Should Ron go on this too? Is Ron going to be on your normal distribution?
It wouldn't
The
hurt since he's a
liaison?
liaison, yes.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to have to ask you to pass it.
So, we need a 91A training / briefing in the April meeting.
Can someone say what that is?
91A is,
Right to know law. You could ask the town manager for stuff like that, and he can give it to you, and if, let's say he doesn't, you can submit a 91A. Now he's by law, has to give it in a certain amount of time and everything. But then everything that he gives you has to go through him for review, the town lawyer for review, and it doesn't take long before all of a sudden we're up to $20,000 for you to get the information you wanted. So a lot of times if the town manager gets a request, he does realize that this could be a 91A if I don't get this, so he will try to get it to you by a certain amount of time within reason, or call you and say, I'm having trouble getting this, because he doesn't want to have to run it through all the legal channels and start accumulating fees. So,
Okay, thanks.
oh, there was the other thing, school board liaison, once you find out who that is, we need to add them to the list, like it was Bob Slater last time.
It's Tim.
It helps to add that guy to the
It's
list,
Tim?
so, or whoever's going to be this year, so.
okay.
I'll get hold of that information.
Well, it's, so the school liaison to us from the school board is Tim Porter. And we can, yeah, we'll square that away.
Yeah, it just helps for him to have the agenda to know kind of what we're doing, so.
All right, I know it's at the bottom after adjournment, but let's talk about the schedule for the upcoming meetings. So I actually might have it open in a tab. It's a spreadsheet.
Is it the fiscal year 2025 budget calendar?
Yeah,
one
that
there?
one.
All right. I can just hand this off.
Thanks. So our next meeting is 4/27, April 27th, in this room. And then after that is May 25th, and then June 22nd, and then July 27th. I don't have anything beyond that.
Yep.
We get that from Kirby, I'm assuming.
Well, you have a standard calendar.
It's usually the
Fourth Thursday of the month.
fourth
Not the
Thursday of the month,
last. 2 months of the year, there's 5 Thursdays.
including this one.
Yeah, including, this is one of them. So you got to make sure that you get in the habit of going, oh, it's the last Thursday, and then all of a sudden that month comes along and you miss the meeting. So it's the 4th Thursday.
So, and none of those are optional, right? I was told budget committees in the past that didn't have a July meeting because people are away and such.
We have to vote on it.
Yeah.
We have to
With
vote on it.
enough time so they can post to the public that the meeting has been canceled for that month, we're not going to have a meeting. So usually, if we're not going to have a meeting, we'll vote the month before not to meet the next month, if there's really nothing to do before budget season kicks off.
Okay,
So-
let's talk about that at the April meeting,
Yep.
whether we want to have a July meeting. So,
I mean, May or July. I think usually May and June, we had meetings where they came in and told us how they were ending their fiscal year.
Yeah.
in May and
then-
June.
Yeah, and if we missed one, was it July or August?
I missed July last year.
Yeah, I don't think I
we-
canceled one.
I don't think
We
we
still
canceled
had it,
any,
right?
but in the
Yeah, still had
past,
meetings, yeah.
in the past, it's either a July or August they would cancel one. August, people coming back to school, hitting vacations, or maybe it was, I don't remember which one, so. But,
Okay. The other thing that we did last year was we took some tours of some of the departments. Most importantly, the DPW tour was really good and was very educational. So we could try and set some of those things up if you guys are interested in that. So tours. honestly, I'd be interested in going to the fire department. I feel like I don't know that side of things very well. And so if the chief wanted to walk us through and, I don't know, tell us what he's got coming up budget-wise and show us what's important. Like Dave Wally from Public Works gave us a really good idea of what his long-term needs were. And that certainly gave us some foreknowledge when we got to the budget season. So, maybe you
Especially
can,
with the fire department, since they got PFOAs in their uniforms and they can only buy now 2 at a purchase for the same price they used to buy 5. You know, they got a lot of that stuff like that, so maybe going through the fire department and see what their really bad needs are and stuff and how the supply and demand has affected them would help us to actually see it than just hear about it at a meeting. So,
okay. And we get a tour of the school buildings. When did we do that?
That was August.
That was
that was
August,
August, yeah, and that'll be like Tuesday nights and Thursday night, 3 of them, one Tuesday, then the following Thursday, the other 3. So,
So I'll try and get dates on that as soon as I can.
and school board will actually talk about those dates and when they want to do that and adjust accordingly and stuff, so. And I passed it over to the secretary last year, once I was at a school board, and she announced tentative dates, and then the next time they moved them the following week and went final dates. So hopefully our liaison will know after a school board meeting and can forward it over to you to let you know, or the secretary to let them know what that is, to get that on the schedule for everybody.
Okay. Anything else we missed? Anything else we missed?
No, you covered it.
I have a question about being a liaison.
Okay.
So that's if we come up with a question, the liaison goes to that group, or is it more-
Yes,
more regular check-in and report back?
it's more monthly check-in and report back. That check-in can be via email, it can be face-to-face, it can be a phone call. Correct me if I'm wrong on anything here, Steve or Tim or Joe. But basically, I had kind of a few questions like that were standard, like, you know, where does your budget stand right now? Do you expect to come in over or under? Are there any points of concern? Do you see any big needs coming down the road? That was kind of my list every month, and it was a little redundant, but the questions I was trying to get answered to bring back. I think it's a little different for the school board liaison and the town council liaison, because they're more, watching the meeting and telling us what they talked about. It's not a conversation like it is with the other liaisons. That make sense?
Yeah, let's keep, the objective is
Yeah.
budget related, don't
Yep.
updates on everything else, just what's important for the budget.
Do they spend money? When did money
Yeah.
come up?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
and if you get a contact person there, it's nice to have a person actually contact rather than just like liaison at the meeting. That way you can, you can actually talk to them like, what are the key monetary things that are coming up that are big or that's gonna need to be pay attention to? And usually they'll tell you, they'll say, well, we're talking about this, that, and that, and we might need this. So you kind of know what to listen for and what to work on. And, for police and fire, it's a lot of phone calls usually, but sometimes it helps to go see what they're talking about. Like if they're telling you, yeah, we need this, and can I come by and you show me what the issue is and stuff? Because if you see they're talking about uniform things or equipment problems, and you go see what they're talking about, seeing it sometimes is a lot more drastic than just hearing about it. So,
But those liaison positions aren't like a huge burden. It's just a check-in once a month with that department and then report back, before the meeting. I think we used to send, a little synopsis of what our report was gonna be to Steve, to the chair, before the meeting, just so we could have like a, I don't know, what would you do with that?
Be part of the minutes.
You just pass it on to the minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and if you miss a meeting, like if whatever, the fire chief's busy and you can't get a hold of him and you guys don't meet in the month of June, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's not like life or death. And I think half of the advantage of doing the liaison positions is that when we get to the budget season, you know that person, and that's, you're a little more familiar with at least a portion of what the discussion is gonna be about. Cool. Any other questions? Awesome. Public comment? Okay, I'll accept a motion to adjourn if there's nothing more.
So move.
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Awesome. We'll meet again on April 27th. And, you know, I'm sure we'll be emailing between now and then. Hopefully minimally.
Just you